Everybody keep talking about poor connection. I don't care about this storm we're going in. I got the wrong hat on. I don't care. I'll take it off. Pure Genius is back. Even though Pure Genius know nothing about professional football, meaning soccer. There we go. They still talking about poor connection. 47 Goon. Who are you to use that name? Well, it's a storm on the East Coast. It's out here, and we got the tail end of it out here in Chicago area. We got snow. Oh, Valentino, you in the wrong chat room. This about Ezekiel Brook. Kell Brook. He has signed up with Vada. Not only does he take the blood and urine test from the UK, they do it year round. Now he's agreed to do the Vada testing. So we're waiting on Errol Spence to sign his copy for the Vada testing. See, Kell is a put up and shut up type guy. So he put up. I believe Errol Spence is clean. I'm just saying let's sign it and get it on. Kell ready to get this fight on, and I'm ready to get it on too. Let's go. Because y'all finna see Errol get exposed. Oh, I got a big money bet on the game tomorrow night with the Pistons in Cleveland again. Woo! Big money on the line. Do I think he can win? What do you mean? Kell Brook is the favorite. Do you know why Kell Brook is the favorite? Don't lose that money. What is you talking about? I got Detroit Pistons, baby. The bad boys. $50. No, we betting thousands, buddy. Thousands on this game. Do you think because they've got a bum who ain't played in the league in 2 years? Larry Sanders. I'm like, Larry Sanders? He's still in the NBA? You got a guy, every time Cleveland lose a game, they sitting over there. I'm trying to pay the IRS. I need to win this bet. Every time they lose a game, here they come. And shouts out to the D, because it is 313. So you know what that means. It's still 313. So 313 means Detroit. You guys watched 8 Mile, so you probably don't know that. Yeah, we got Reggie Jackson, man. But hey, for Cleveland, they don't play any defense. That's right up Reggie Jackson's alley. You know, he'll get lucky and start hitting that crap he putting up. But y'all think Errol Spence is going to beat Kell Brook? Really? Kell is the favorite. The favorite. The favorites normally win in boxing. Very rare the underdog wins. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight. That's where we differ. I think Errol's not ready. And I think his confidence level is a little too high. Spence knock out Kell Brook. Kell is Gennady Golovkin could not put him on the canvas. But Errol Spence will be the guy to put Kell Brook on the canvas. I'm ready to claim victory. I know when he get hit, y'all gonna be, he's not ready. He wasn't ready. No. He's going to be exposed. And when I mean exposed, I don't mean he's not a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's a very good fighter, but he's not Kell Brook. Kell is a different type of animal. Boxing phenom, I'm going to save you your money. I'm going to save you your money. Okay? I got big money on Kell Brook. Don't worry about it. When Errol Spence get hit with an uppercut or a flush shot, we'll see how Errol adjusts to it. I think Errol's going to go in the shell and be kind of gun shy and won't let the cannons fly after he tastes the power from Brook. See, everybody is smooth and slick until they get hit. Errol Spence have been fed a diet of soft punchers. Guys who don't hit hard, slow foot Mexicans. Chris Algieri is the only fight of credibility he has on his record. He hasn't fought anything of anybody. Anybody. Now, you gonna tell me the guy who was strong enough to stop Sean Porter, strong enough to hurt Gennady Golovkin, and he's not even a middleweight. He's a welterweight. What do you think he's gonna do to Errol Spence? You're talking about he gave Floyd problems. Right. Internet rumors is what you're hanging your hat on. Sparring. You're hanging your hat on sparring. He gave Floyd problems in the ring. They said the same thing about Paul Spadafora, right? People can go on the internet and look that up. Paul Spadafora. The man never fought out of Pittsburgh. Why? Why would it be personal? I like Errol Spence. It's just the truth. He has nothing but hype. He knocked out Adrian Broner in sparring. He beat Floyd in sparring. Let me tell you what happened. He hit Floyd with a good shot. Okay? Floyd got like a little black eye mark under his eye. Floyd fired him. And when he was getting ready to pack up his stuff to go home, They was like, that's wrong, Floyd, to fire him. He went in the back, talked to him, and Floyd was like, no, man, you ain't got to go, man. You ain't got to go. So they kept Errol on the team. Errol was having a good camp. Floyd really didn't get off every time he sparred Errol. He couldn't really do the things he wanted to do with Errol Spence because he was just holding back. Then the last day of sparring with Errol, Floyd didn't hold back. He went all full-fledged on Errol Spence. He hurt Errol Spence and almost knocked him out with an uppercut. Exactly. Watch out for Errol Spence Jr. He is the truth. But he's not better than Kell Brook. If I tell you to watch out for Errol Spence Jr. and then he fights Floyd Mayweather, what I'm going to say, Errol Spence Jr. is going to beat Floyd Mayweather? No. I'm just telling you to look out for him. There's interest in it. Now, when he sparred Adrian Broner, they sparred in Colorado. This is what happened. They got in the ring. They were sparring. He hit Adrian Broner with a shot that made Adrian Broner buckle. Errol could have knocked Adrian out if he'd have kept going. But he stopped because this is sparring. And they called it. The trainer said, that's it. And they took Errol out the ring. They said, all right, it's over. And Adrian Broner was like, no, it ain't over. Oh, no, come back in here, Errol. We got to finish this. No. So, Adrian Broner's ticked off because he wants to still fight. And they was like, no, because Adrian going to try to hurt him. So, it's like, no, let's end it now because Adrian going to try to hurt him and go hard. And they ain't want to do that. But the internet leaked the rumors out. Errol knocked out Adrian Broner. So this is where the hype for Errol Spence come from. It's not from the actual fights. I mean, Errol is good. Don't get me wrong. He's great. He's a throwback fighter for his. He has a lot of poise for a fighter his age. I mean, like for his style and everything. Exactly. Look what he did to Chris Algieri, a former kickboxer who's learning really how to fight in boxing. Thank you very much, Beast Mode 32. You may now sit down. When you see Kell Brook beat Errol Spence, I'm glad y'all hold Errol up to this higher praise. But look who has Errol Spence beat to convince y'all that that he is the end all be all of boxing. Where do y'all get this? What fight? Chris Algieri. Are we going to hang everything on Chris Algieri? The guy was knocked down like 7 times against Manny Pacquiao. Come on. Brook has fought killers. You just didn't know the names of them, Beast Mode 32. You just didn't know them. He fought a lot of different styles, a lot of champions. He beat people who had never been stopped before. Let's see what's going to happen when Errol Spence fights someone in the ring where he's not the strongest guy. Did you see Errol in the Olympics? He didn't win, did he? Errol didn't win. Why didn't Errol Spence win the gold medal? He's so good, right? Errol's the best thing that we have seen. Why didn't he win the gold medal? No, Floyd got robbed out of the gold medal. That's the difference. Errol lost. There was no controversy about it. Errol Spence lost the fight. There was no controversy when he lost. He just lost. Sometimes it's not your day. And remember that quote when Errol Spence lose. Yes, he is good, Damon. We never said Errol wasn't good. But he's not what everyone is making him out to be. He could be that down the road, but right now he's not. If they believed in Errol Spence so much, they would have let him break out a lot earlier. He'd have been fighting stronger competition a long time ago. You see how long it took to develop with him? With Errol? Thank you, Morocco. You understand what I'm saying? The time is now. Yeah, it's time for him to get knocked out and beaten and get taken to school. You see, in the Olympics, he fought a guy that was stronger than him. And you know what Errol did? He fell back. He became gunshot. And the guy beat him in the Olympics. He's fighting a guy that's stronger than him. Dream Chasers. Darius, the Dream Chaser. DC4. That's funny. You probably the last one of those guys left. Well, Donovan, you see the thing that most people don't see. Oh, he's not on 4.5 yet, Chris. He's still stuck on 4. That's to show you how out of the loop this Dream Chaser is. He's still stuck on 4. He don't even realize that 4.5 ain't coming out unless me get some more money up. I'm not finna take all y'all money. I'm gonna let y'all say, woo, I almost lost this money to Casino. Kell Brook is the favorite. He's fighting at home, and he's the stronger fighter. Once he hits Errol Spence, it's not gonna take a lot of shots. Meat gonna send the goons. Send the goons where? He gotta pay for him to go somewhere, don't he? So that means he gotta dig in his pocket. Yes, Kell Brook is the favorite. Duh. He's the champion. He's fighting at home. He's the stronger fighter. Probably the better fighter. He was beating. He was beating Triple G. All right, Jake. Oh, yeah. Floyd Mayweather almost knocked out Errol Spence on his last day of sparring with an uppercut. He threw a right uppercut and almost knocked Errol Spence out. Errol was out on his feet. And that gave him, this was the sparring going into the second Madonna fight. So I already know what Floyd can do when Floyd turned it up on him that day. Errol had a very good camp against him. Nah, that ain't lies, brother. I would never lie to you on that. Errol was having a great camp against Floyd. Floyd did not look good on Errol at all through the entire camp. He fired Errol for about 30 seconds till he went back there and he calmed down and went and talked to Errol when Errol was packing up his stuff to leave. And he told him, nah, man, you ain't got to go, man. I was tripping. It's my fault. I shouldn't have fired, said you fired and all that stuff. You'll never see that. If you weren't there, you would never know. I'm positive that happened. I'm very positive that happened. I'm 100% positive Floyd had him out on his feet with a right hand uppercut in the last day of sparring. He buckled Errol Spence. I'm 100% positive that happened. The very last day of him sparring Floyd Mayweather. And that was the only day Floyd had success on Errol Spence. When he let it go. Errol was getting the best of him the entire camp. I hope it happens. I think it will. The UFC wants Conor McGregor to sign this agreement saying that after the Floyd fight, he's got to fight so-and-so, so-and-so. Conor don't want to be told what to do. That's the difference with Errol Spence that Kell Brook hasn't faced. Kell doesn't throw a lot of body shots that he should. Errol loves to go to the body. But here's the problem because I talk to Kell Brook. So we're all in communication. And this is what Kell says. You know how many body punchers I faced? He's like, every time I face a body puncher, they get knocked out. You know why? Because they think about going to my body and they sacrifice their head. Then they get hit by me and then they don't want to throw no punches no more. They ain't thinking about going to the body. And that's what's going to happen to Errol Spence. Errol's going to get hit with one of those shots by Kell Brook because Kell look like he's slow, his feet don't move right. Then you get caught with a shot, wham! Then it's like, whoa, where did that come from? Now you're gunshot. Now you don't want to go to the body because you can't take another shot to the head. That's when Kell's got you. Kell has very good upper body movement. That throws people off. Errol's never faced a fighter like that. He faced come forward, slow moving Mexican fighters. No, what Kell Brook have you been watching? Kell, the thing about Errol is you're not going to hit him flush repeatedly over and over again. Kell's already at weight. He's fine. He's in the target area of weight. He's fine. Don't worry about Kell Brook making weight. He'll make it. I never said Kell was a body puncher. I said he wasn't a body puncher. You weren't listening, Jamie or Jaime. I said Kell doesn't go to the body. I said when he faces body punches, he said when they go to his body, he hits them in the head very hard. Then they don't want to go to his body no more. Now they head hunting. Or they don't want to throw punches at all. What's up, Mr. Green Guy? If Kell Brook loses, much respect to Errol Spence Jr. Kell lacks fundamentals. Like what? Kell doesn't use the jab like he should. True. He sets it up as a rangefinder. He jabs enough. But Kell is a counterpuncher like Danny Garcia. They both are counterpunchers. No, Kell is this is what makes him special. For a European fighter, he fights in a different style that you guys are probably used to seeing. They fight in a Euro style, which means that they don't really roll with punches, they catch them. Kell can roll with a punch if he wants to. He uses his upper body movement. He uses pull counters. He uses a lot of different techniques that you guys are not used to seeing. Now, all the feints and stuff he does is to get you off balance. Then he can explode on you. He could jump to a spot and explode. Errol is the fighter that he's faced before. He's faced a fighter similar to Errol Spence's style. But it's about who implements their style in the ring first. Errol, we saw in the Olympics, fought a guy that was stronger than him. And he lost the fight. Even though it's the Olympics, it's the amateurs, it's not pro, it was the way he lost the fight. He got hit with a punch. He didn't retaliate. Okay, this guy just came here late. He talking about put some respect on Errol Spence's name. We did. Jab, hold, jab, hold. Oh, you must be talking about Sean Porter fight, because that's this John Luke Devon guy. He talking about Kell Brook is jab, hold, jab, hold, jab, hold. The man has more knockouts than Errol Spence had fights, but he's jab, hold, jab, hold, jab, hold. See? That's what happens. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. This fight is not canceled at all. Kell Brook has just signed his Vada. He just signed his Vada contract so they could do Vada testing. He fought guys with losing records, so has every fighter who started their career. I was thinking too hard, and start bleeding and stuff. The fights are probably 1 month away. Well, what you guys call stepped up in competition, meaning fighting guys over here in the United States, right? You must understand that people didn't want to fight Kell Brook. They didn't want to put their fighters in with Kell Brook. Every time he came over to America and he beat the guy that they thought was going to beat him, and he went back to the UK. UK and the United States, they have different markets. And back then, and this is why the genius of Al Heyman has come into play. If it wasn't for Al Heyman, you would not be seeing this much interaction with the United Kingdom, with their fighters. You've never seen this much interaction with the UK fighters and the American fighters. Period. You've never seen this much. And that is a great thing. So now we get to see some of the best in the world from this side, Europeans coming over, fighting over here, and we can find out who's the best instead of saying we got the best in the United States, they got the best in the UK. Now they can actually fight each other, and then there's no problems. We got American fighters going to the UK now, So it's going back and forth. Before it wasn't like that. Tim Bradley and Kell Brook was gonna fight. Kell Brook was gonna defend the title and take the title shot against Timothy Bradley. Bob Arum wanted options on Kell Brook, which means that if Kell Brook beats Tim Bradley, Bob Arum has an option on his next fight on who he fights next. So he would have control over Kell Brook. See, there's a lot of things you don't understand or know, and you just guys just like, oh, he's scared of Tim Bradley. No, he wasn't finna go over there and be a slave to Top Rank, who's not his promoter, just because he beat their fighter. So a lot of the promoters wanted to do that with Kell Brook. So he said, I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna go for the IBF title with my promotional company, so I don't have to owe nobody anything. And see, now he doesn't owe anybody anything. When he fights, they don't have any options on him. So there's a lot of things that go into place where it's not just like some fighter's scared of this guy. No. He's the guy that people are afraid of because he's an X factor that they are afraid to take the risk with it. Well, they wasn't, Eddie and them wasn't dumb enough to let him take that fight with Timothy Bradley. He had beat the brakes off Timothy Bradley. He would have knocked Tim Bradley out within 4 rounds. No, what he did was stop Porter's momentum. Porter kept trying to tackle the man. He kept popping Porter, standing him up straight, and Porter kept running into him, headbutting and everything else. He's tying his wild self up. That's what you do. Slow it down. Now you got to box. Now you got to see who's going to really be good. You ain't finna come in here and tackle me. Yeah, because he doesn't... I mean, if you don't tie up Sean Porter, you're being stupid. Because Sean Porter's going to come in so aggressively hard and fast. He's either going to headbutt you, or y'all going to headbutt each other, or you just going to get ran over and pushed down by him. Because he's so wild. I got shot in the head, baby. I'm out. You hear what I'm saying? I'm out. Yo, pull your skirt down, B. People get shot every day, B. You tough? Nah. Well, Thurman is not a smart boxer. Who texted me about some bars? Eminem would destroy who? Who, Reggie? Eminem would destroy who? Me? Slim Shady? No. No, that wouldn't happen. Not in a million years would that happen. I would hit him with one verse. He wouldn't even touch the mic. He would be like, I'm done. There's nothing he could say. He took down Limp Bizkit. See, I'm too much in here with him, with Shady. It's not that I'm a better rapper than him. He'll make a lot better songs than me. But I'm in here with him. I could destroy anything that he wants to do. Because here's the facts. He cannot defeat anything that I'm gonna throw at him. He can't say anything. What could he say? I will hurt his feelings. As an MC, I will hurt his feelings. Because I know what makes him hurt. You don't. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime to expose her, I would. I don't have to make a diss. I mean, I could easily... Oh, no. I ain't got to do that. I mean, like... I could just really just start off with like Slim Shady had ED since 23. That's why he got one baby and no lady. I could start right there and just go from there and destroy his entire faction of life. And he would be destroyed because I got so much material on him that you have never heard really spit about him. That I could do. I know his entire thing about him. He's $100 million rapper, right? What woman have you seen him with besides Kell? $100 million rapper, right? What woman do you see him with? What woman you seen him with? Have you seen one photograph with him and Mariah Carey? I'm in here. I know. I will not. Oh gosh, dude, it would be so brutal. It would be so brutal. I know too much. I know too much. I know too much. It would hurt. It would hurt really bad. It would be mean. He's an incest survivor. I will not lose to a guy who knows what a cock tastes like. Literally. And you think he gonna beat me in a freestyle? Just what I'm telling you right now is setting the stage for the material of what would happen to him. He will be completely embarrassed. He would not touch the microphone. Believe me, he wouldn't. And it's not that I'm the better rapper. Believe me, from what I'm just telling you right now, if you're smart, you understand what I'm going with this. You understand where it's taking place. And I haven't even touched the rest of the stuff yet. I would destroy Eminem in any type of fashion of... No. Bars alone, he would be destroyed. See, the thing is, I haven't done battle rapping in so long. It's like... But I'm very efficient. I'm very efficient for certain people, certain styles. I know how to approach it. Not delusional at all. If you're smart, you would understand what I was just telling you. I could hurt his ego. He would not touch the microphone. Eminem wouldn't pick it up. He would be so mentally shook because he would be surprised I know all of this stuff. Because I didn't even touch, that's just the icing of the cake. The stuff inside of the cake would destroy him. There's a reason why he dressed like a tranny. There's a reason why. All of this stuff. Reason why he hated his daddy. It's a reason why he has tattoos right here. The one that says rotten pieces here. You don't know him. You don't know what all that stuff is. I know. I'm going to give him a history lesson. And see, nobody would care though. Oh, yes, they would. See, it's how you deliver stuff. That's why people watch my videos. They hate me, but they'll watch my videos because it's the way I deliver it. They want to hear what I got to say. If I was saying something about Eminem, oh, buddy, they would want to listen to that. Because I would give them a history lesson. I'll be like, what happened to them white boys you was rapping with? You know the one when you made the song calling people niggas and women bitches? What happened to that? You paid $3 million to make that song disappear. So was you saying nigga is a positive in a positive light? Then you made a song apologizing on the Encore album. You made a song apologizing for it on the Encore album. But you spent $3 million to cover the song up so it couldn't be released. And then you lied about it for your entire career saying you never said the word nigga. Now if you said it in a positive way, like, oh, that's my niggas, you know, why would you pay $3 million to cover it up? I know too much about this guy. I would crush him. Trust me. Them white guys he was rapping with went back and sold the song to the Source. The Benzino and the Source. They sold it to him. Because they was like, Eminem's a fraud. Because he was going on interviews lying. All his interviews lying. Talking about how he hung out with the dudes and he was hanging out with the brothers. Like, stop it. Stop it. And Eminem is dope. I listen to Eminem. D12 is one of my favorite groups. Period. So this wasn't even about that. I'm just saying, if I had to battle him, I would hurt his feelings. I'm not the only one that knows his history like that. See, Royce and all them, they know his history too. That's why he don't battle Royce. Have you noticed Eminem has never battled Royce? He never really wanted to get involved battling Royce. Royce knows too much. Oh, way to go. You're a Sagittarius. That's a good way to be. December 12th. That's my grandfather's birthday. That's right. Pace gave it to Eminem. You think Eminem gonna diss Pace? You think he gonna battle Pace in a round? No. Eminem he chooses who he wants to battle. So if he's doing this with these guys, there's a reason why he don't diss Pace. There's a reason why he don't diss. They know too much. Could I beat Papoose in a battle? I could, but it would take some practice. Him is a different approach. It's a different style I would have to use for the approach for Pap. But I would have to be in a battling mode. See, it's like anything, like basketball, you got to be in a rhythm of playing basketball. You got to, before you can start saying, all right, let's play a game. To be battling somebody like Pap, I already know this approach I have to use. I have to clown his intelligence. And it's almost like sunning him. I have to make the crowd laugh at him and make him look ridiculous for even coming in here. So all the smart lyrical bars he would be using, I would dumb them down. That's how I would beat Pap. I would dumb down all his lyrics. So when he be like, the super metaphysical, metaphysical, when they come around and be jumping for seven jumpable, make them like a vagina, but rhino will come with final, but then I come in and sit and spin it like vinyl. When he come with all that stuff, I'ma break all of that down. And I'm gonna make him look foolish for rapping like that. I'm gonna be like, now, we can't understand a word you said. So when he does that, I'm just gonna clown him in front of the crowd and make him look ridiculous for rhyming like that. That's how you do it. You come over people superiorly. You use a superior, like, what's that, imperial intellect style. Like you're sitting like you're the king and they're peasants beneath you. Even though people be like, dude, he just spit some illness. I'll be like, that's garbage. And I would make the whole crowd believe it is by just tearing him apart and humiliating him with simple words. I'd be like, you're pitching these rhymes to simple-minded people around you. There are simple-minded people listening to you. So when you go all into the space and Mars and all this stuff, you're losing some of the people that's right there. Now I got to get a figure before I start freestyling because people steal my bars and they just start running away with them. So y'all make that donation, get that money up. Get that money up. I do pay style. I don't do freestyles. But I tell you what, y'all tell Oskino that he keep talking about how G to K didn't beat him the Brooklyn night. I just talked to G to K again today. Tell him to get it, put some money up. I tell him right now, G to K will wipe the floor with him right now. Go tell Oskino right now. G to K will mop the floor with him any day of the week. But Pap a lyrical beast, y'all. Did y'all hear what Pap did to Kendrick? Made Kendrick run? How Kendrick Lamar ran away? He ain't want no parts. None. That was a butt whooping, wasn't it? Trying to tell you, I ain't seen a beating like that since somebody put a banana in somebody's pants and they turned a monkey loose. Man.
LG brought me to New York City to review their brand new LG G6. Join me as I open up the G6.
I'm gonna take my time.
All right, y'all. Let's listen to Kendrick Lamar get spanked.
I need is 30 seconds, man. 30 seconds to you, but it can change my life. I tell you anything, man. I'm a Brooklyn nigga. Hey, yo, Kendrick. Good looking on that summer jam move. But you ain't the king of shit. Tell Kendrick and TDE they need to lay yo for the PCP. Far from the king. This is the city of BDP. You'll never be a real West Coast artist like Eazy-E. You a fucking joke. We laugh at you like he. Y'all probably stick dildos in each other like Stevie G. I mean Stevie J on that sex tape when EBE. Little Sean, Big Sean. Let me see ID. Before you rap, why you always say B.I.G.? You ain't Biggie, you a D.I.E. Every time I hear you, you getting cornier like your E.Y.E. Damn! Back when we were slaves, they used to cut off our balls and stuff them in our mouths, kept us away from the girls. Modern day slavery, now they put us in jail. A bunch of men in cells away from the females. This wasn't done just because the color of skin. This was done because they never wanted us to be men. Kendrick, Kanye, and Drake, they act feminine. Wear a lot of clothes you usually see women in. So the mainstream America finds it interesting. Push them up to the forefront. They position them. You never made it because you bringing lyrics in. Singing like a lady. You get away with murder. You George Zimmerman. What I'm saying is facts, Rams. You only blew up because you contribute to the feminization of the black man. Wolves on you. Time to get rid of these crap rappers. Wolf pack on your back. You really a backpacker. Kendrick Lamar. Where's your last name, rap bastard? You got two first names. Your mama was ass backwards. Always make gun sounds in your songs like do-do-do. Sounds like a gun over Star Wars. R2-D2. I'm playing you gassed up. You thought you could just creep up on that MTV interview that T.I. was speaking on. You tried to hug her. She pushed off like keep your arm. I seen that footage when you got curved by Nia Long. Kid, Bad City. You know nothing about the trap. On your album cover, you sat on another man's lap. They look like the Supremes. You was Diana Ross. Only person in the flip with no shirt. Damn it, boy. They didn't molest you. Did you have your pamper off? Baby bottle right on the table. That deal was yours. A Muslim will eat pork. That's not peace. He should chop his head off and put it to the East King of New York. Why you ain't say you the king of LA? You from Compton. Scared to death for them essays. Real Bloods, real Crips, MS-13s, Mexican Mafia. What about them boys from Queens? They gon' bust and pull it hard right on Southern Boulevard. Staten Island, catch a homo, get thrown off the Verrazano. Bronx, lay a pussy down, do more than just boogie down. Harlem major sauce and dog, get they Bumpy Johnson on. You know about Brooklyn, they gon' bang my G. And they only let you live cause you came with me. Jay-Z co-signed you, you was given the torch. Now you think you Big Meech, you must listen to Ross. Watch you slipping in the city, no permission to floss. Kiss your jewelry goodbye, put your lips on your cross. I represent the low lives, do this shit for New York. That's why the little man on my shirt sit on the horse. This rap shit gon' be the death of me, I'm driven with force. I'd rather die with a victory than live with a loss. That little bitch you fucking told me why she missing your call. She said your dick was so little that you piss on your balls. Man, your shit sound bougie, I'm low with shots in the Uzi. No fingerprints, I wipe them down like Lil Boosie. He think it's all good cause Biggie made Juicy. But he should listen to who shot you. We banged toolies even back then. We had hammers under them Coogee. Goonies in front of corner stores smoking them Lucy's. Strip them to his socks, I bet you we got a pussy. My bullets hit him dead and his cootie come out his booty. About to make a movie unruly, we keep it Gucci. Bullets in the chamber like Judge Mathis and Judy.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's because Kendrick did Control. And he just got, everybody was coming out with their Control disc. And when that came out, Kendrick said nothing. Kendrick shut his mouth and hid away. He don't want no parts of Papoose. What's up? Was that IROC show? He say B.I.G. like it's like giving shouts out to Biggie. That's why Big Sean do that. King Los is a beast. And he's one of the best out of the West Coast, even though he's really a East Coast. But he been out there in the West Coast for a while, but it don't really matter. He's one of the best. Oh, Pap, are you kidding me? Now I'm just letting y'all know because a lot of people be like, Pap helped her with that. I'll be like, what? Remy had bars way before Paps even came around. That's why I'm like, they don't rap the same. Now, does that sound like Remy Ma to you? Does that sound like Sheetha? No, there's entirely different styles. I'm like, if he made a rap song against Nicki, I could make a rap song against Nicki that would be vicious than Sheetha. Sheetha's great, but I could make a vicious song too, and his would be on the same pattern of what mine would be like. We have the same mental capacity when it comes to destroying an MC. I know what he would do to Nicki. What's up? I know what I would do to Nicki. I know what he would do. It would be more brutal than what Sheetha was. Way more brutal. I don't need to rap. I could just talk it out. I told you I could just talk it out and then write. I get paid to write. You tell me what you want, I will write you a 16, get you 32 bars, and give you my price. You got lyrics, send them to me, I'll fix them. Give you a price for that too. Nicki would destroy me. Nah, she wouldn't even touch a microphone. It's like this. It's very simple. It's very simple. I'm like, nobody would beat me in a battle. Who just 2 months ago, you was sleeping with the guy enemy. Now you hugged up with this guy and you talking about Young Money. You haven't said Young Money in about 2 years. You was just with the enemy 2 months ago. Now you back with the crew saying, "Hey, I'm back, Young Money." As soon as she came back, she should have got hit with a bottle. Kicked her in the butt so hard, one of her implants would have collapsed and burst. She's been walking around with one lip like busted one of them implants. She'd have been gone. Alright, get out of here. Drake should have slammed the door on her. Lil Wayne, you know, he ain't gonna even know she there. And then Wayne, you know, he just sitting over there in the corner. He ain't know. He probably didn't know when she was gone. He probably still sitting in the corner somewhere. Hey, Young Money, baby. Young Money. They're gonna be Nicki back. Nicki, hey, Young Money, baby. Yeah, pussy, 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 pussy. Yeah, I like pussy. Gotta eat pussy, pussy all the time. Yeah. Young Money, baby. Everybody gonna know what he talking about. They gonna be, what's wrong with Wayne? Drake gonna be, he's been like that for a while. You know, he just says Young Money all the time. So we just put that on record and just loop it. And, you know, it's gonna be a platinum hit. I'm just gonna auto-tune everything he's doing. And then I'll put my vocals on like the songs. And I'll do the hooks. And I'll write all your lines. And we'll take whatever Wayne is saying and just loop it. So yeah, she can't win. It's too much material with her. She's a mess. Oh yeah, I mean, Remy would get it just like Nicki. It's no difference. See, with female rappers, you have to be very aggressive with them. Most people don't want to battle female rappers because they're female rappers. You have to be aggressive with them. Like I told y'all before, it'd be like, Rim, I'll spit out like phlegm. You came in the game shady, but you ain't slim. I mean, you start off like that, and then you start tearing them apart. Right there, you just start ripping their heart out from that point on. Boom, 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 boom. Go in that direction. Go at what hurts. Boom, 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 knife. And once you keep knifing them, you start taking them apart. You know what hurts them. You know what, you can hit every button. Me and Papoose would be a heck of a battle if I was still in that freestyle mode. If I was in battling mode, I would... Am I a lyrical beast? I'm more of a battle rapper, but I could make a structured song. Like, if someone tells me this is what the song is, they're collaborating, and they saying we stuck in the mud, I can help get the card to go. I can help structure the bars. I'll be like, go ahead, what you got? That's a good line, stop there. You shouldn't rhyme like that. But now, today, it don't even matter. The whack stuff, Kodak Black just went gold. That means 500,000 crazy individuals listen to that. 1 million people just made Lil Uzi Vert go platinum. That means 1 million idiots went and downloaded that album and listened to it. So all the things of structure and stuff is out the window. That stuff is gone. So, who are we to say what this new stuff is now? And what's good and what's not, what's hip hop and what's dope and what ain't? Because now it don't even matter. It's like you putting all this work in to make something dope, they'll be like, that was good. Play that Uzi Vert. I need my smoke. I'll be like, what am I listening to? Yeah, it go hard. Like, my sister, I swear to God, I try to mess with the new rappers. And I tried. My sister, that's her era. They are into that. We went to a concert. I ain't gonna even tell you the artist. He came out. And everybody got all excited. And I was like, okay, let's see what he says. He come out. I said, did he stick the mic down his throat? Because I haven't heard one word he has said. And I'm sitting here trying to like this. I said, oh my goodness, this is terrible. I don't even think it's mumble rap. It was just gargle rap or whatever. It was terrible. It was the worst performance I've ever seen on a stage from a rapper. And everybody's screaming. And I'm like, why is everybody screaming? My sister's sitting there, yay! I'm like, what are you yaying for? What are you yaying for? This is terrible. It was so bad, I didn't want to mention their name. I said, I don't even want to mention their name. It would ruin their career. Because I'm like, they cannot rap. That was terrible. I mean, I'm just thinking about that whole show. Everything about it was terrible. Little Yachi or Yachty or whatever the name, Yachi, I call him Yachi. They was like, no, it's Yachty. You know, like a yacht is Yachty. I was like, whatever. Him. Little Yachty, whatever he does, that's not rap. It's its own form of music. It's fine by me. I'm okay with it. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Because it's its own lane. Let it be whatever it is, it is. But I'm interested to know, though. Let's go back to boxing. Because I want to know all these people who think Errol Spence is going to win. I want to know how many people in here believe Errol Spence is going to win and beat Kell Brook. Okay, I see one. I see two. That's three. Okay, that's four. Five, six. Okay, look at this. Okay. Why do you think he's going to win? Tell me why you think Errol Spence can beat Kell Brook in his hometown. Fight's not canceled. You just saw Kell Brook sign his Vada. He signed his Vada testing today. That when you click to come in here, the paperwork you saw, it's Kell Brook signing the Vada test. We're waiting on Errol. Jabs and hooks to the body. That's the reason you think Errol's going to win. Okay. So Sugar Ray versus Hagler? I don't think so. But we'll see. Okay, so we got a lot of Spence people. So when Kell Brook beats Errol Spence, we all say he's the GOAT? If he knocks out Errol Spence, y'all gonna give him his credit? Well, I want Kell Brook to win so bad. I didn't say I want him to win. I know Kell Brook's gonna win. That's it. There you go, Encore. You're doing right. Oh, it's a special made designer shirt just for Carcino. I don't know who made this shirt. See, what I did here, I just did some business. I had to cut a business partner off. So, somebody gets very disrespectful, you got to put them in their place. Now, I'm a very fair man. I'm a very positive man. I have friends from every different nationality around the world, and this was very disrespectful what they tried to do. And sometimes you have people that are your friends that, even though you are a different race, different nationality, in their back of their mind, they have a place of where you think you should be. Meaning that in the back of their minds, they don't think you should be above them or how they perceive. They should be always ahead of you. That's, to them, is the natural pecking order of things in their mind. So certain people can't see the fact that you might make more money than them, but you don't treat them a different way, a certain way. And they just don't like it. Because to them, it's not the natural pecking order of things. So it hurt me to have to end business with people like this. I had to just cut it off. So I done a lot so that we could all make money together. But when you try to go underhanded and bite my hand, and try to cut me out the deal just so you can take the lead in something and end up damaging the whole thing for everybody and causing confusion, it makes us look unorganized. So now, why would that company want to invest money into you? See, people don't understand. There's an old saying that goes, if I don't look good, you don't look good. And that is a true fact that goes on in business. You don't understand. If you don't look good, they don't look good. You understand? So if you're trying to make me look bad, that's not going to make you look good. It's not taking credit. What they wanted to do was cut me out. They said, okay, this is the guy that's doing the work, and I'm cool with him, but I'm going to work with him too on something else. But they said, no, I didn't cut you out. We're going to still do this thing. It's something else I got, that I'm going to pitch to him so that he could do this and work with me on this. That ain't going to have nothing to do with me, though. Let's say this, right? You know to connect. You distributing weed, and you and your partner, y'all split the money on the weed deal, right? And you know to connect. Your person, though, your buddy, don't know to connect. Okay? So now that the person know to connect, he wants to go behind the connect back to go pitch something else, which he could go sell directly to him and go somewhere else. And then cut you out the entire deal. So I'll put it in street analogy more than anything. And then I'm like, why would you even go there to pitch this other deal? This other deal that I'm not even involved in. Why would you try to go get him, the person that I know who has the money to put up for the project? Why are you trying to pitch him on another deal? Now you finna mess up the entire deal because he's looking at it like that's kind of shady. And this person is with you. Now I look bad for bringing you to the table. Then when the whole thing fall apart, you're going to be looking like, well, we didn't get the money. So I had to cut off all business and ties with dealing with that person. Is they white? Well, their nationality don't really matter in this situation, but yes, they are white. But it's not the nationality that caused this. It's the greed. It was the greed in their eyes. Because I've dealt with this and knew it. Y'all don't even understand. We had a worser situation happen with somebody that's black, African, Nigerian. They were the worst. I had to deal with the Nigerians. They were worse. They are more criminal and more deceiving than any white man I've ever dealt with. And these are people that's like us. I'm like, brother, what is wrong with you? The Nigerians are sneaky people and want to take every dime they can. See, and we're dealing with projects that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions. You seen the deal that went on with Akon, how he got the Chinese involved and how he got the money for the project? The same thing he's doing, we're doing things like that that's involving projects being built. I can't tell you these deals only to a certain degree because confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements are signed here. But when you're dealing with things that's outside of the country, they have to be vetted to make sure that in order for you to be paid, your money would go in an escrow account, because they will have to vet it out to make sure that you're not doing business with people who are enemy of the United States. When you're dealing with companies that are listed on a blacklist, they have to check to make sure, okay, everything is dotted and all right. They're not on the blacklist. So therefore you can do business with them and you'll get your money, and it doesn't have to go into an escrow account, because if it's in an escrow account and the government declares it escrow accountability, that's it. Now, the Nigerians come into play because Nigeria is where the project is. And you got all these companies that want to come in here and build. The government over there is called the Ministry of Defense. The Ministry of Defense is who you have to go through to get these projects done. So we had to have people communicate with them back and forth. So I do a lot of business, man. I mean, y'all think it's just YouTube. That's why I tell you, I do a lot of business 24 hours a day. It does not stop because I'm on their time. So I got to be up at 4 in the morning talking like it's 4 in the afternoon with people. We got investors all on Skype from other countries, and these other companies want to come in and build projects on their land. Now, we have this guy from Nigeria who I can't name, that's why I have to say it like this. But the Nigerians get involved, and they want to be the lead. They want to be the point to this. They want to make sure everybody gets their percentage and so on and so on. And we won't go into numbers, but their greed, their deceptions, their lies, and how one Nigerian's cutting that throat of the other guy to try to get the approval and the paperwork. We get the certain documents done. Every time they put a hurdle in front of us, we do all the work to go over the hurdle, and he wants to come in and take all the credit and wants the majority of the money. And it's like, we're doing all the work, and then you getting the majority of the money. Then you're lying to one side, telling them that you got this and got this and got that, and you don't have anything. This is the same type of deception what happened with Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan. This is how I'm very used to the project. How they were like, oh, we got the $38 million. We finna put it up for the fight. And stupid Michael Kantz went over there and they couldn't get anything verified. They were trying to get the fight made, and hopefully when the fight's made, they're just going to go through with it. Then when the fight's over, then they pay people. It's entirely stupid. It don't normally kick off. Nigerians, or a lot of them, are full of crap. They're the most BS artists you've ever seen in your life. It ticks me off that I have to hear that from our people. You know, I'm like, dude, this is our people. Like, why are y'all doing this? I mean, they blew up a deal that was worth millions of dollars. I wish I could show y'all the paperwork. You wouldn't even believe it. You would not even believe it. You wouldn't believe it, man. Worth millions of dollars, and they blew it. They were going to get out of the deal, let me see, how much were they going to get? They were going to get tens of millions of dollars. And they blew it for a percentage. For a small percentage. This one guy was making maybe 22 million, and he didn't like that guy making. He blew it up for everybody making money. I would not be in this house right now if that deal would have went through. I would be in a mansion. I would have been set for life. Nah, I wasn't getting no 70. Nah. I wasn't getting 70, but I would have been somewhere up there. No, Prince, but I basically don't have. I'm in a good position. I'm in a pretty good position. I'm not there. but I have a lot less debt. See, when you have less debt to pay, like your credit card bill ain't $6 million. Most of these people who have millions of dollars or make hundreds of thousands of dollars, they have so much debt that they never really see any money. They live like poor people because they buy their means are greater. The more they get, the more they spend. I'll put it that way. So if they making more, they spending more. So your intake and your outtake is very high. So you really don't have any money. So on paper it look like you rich, but in reality you're still broke. You have the broke mentality. I feel like I'm more rich in the way I think. Because let's say there was a time I didn't have a lot of money. Because the housing market crashed. Everything crashed. I lost everything. I lost everything I had. When I don't know who this guy is. Talking about some I sound dumb. Are you crazy? I had lost everything I had. And this was back, the housing market collapsed, the property on the house I had, because if you go back to 2010, go back to like one of my first YouTube videos on this channel, I was back in the big house then. I had the big 4-level house. We were doing good. And had to sell the house. We had to move. That was not a good thing. So, but we kept working. We kept working hard. We had lost everything. The housing market collapsed. All the jobs was gone. This wasn't Trump. This was Bush. This was Bush. Gas was $5 a gallon. I had an SUV. So what more do you need to know where your money was going? It take me $72 to fill up my tank. The whole country was a mess. Jobs was gone. You couldn't get anything. They want to pay me minimum wage. I got to go through a temp service to do a job I always did my whole life. I'm like, why do I need to go to a temp service to do that? Why I'm paying a temp service money? That was the scam to help out the businesses. So back then we had to start from scratch to build everything back up. I had to struggle to come back. I had to struggle, claw, and scratch to come back. It was so vicious, I had to budget my gas. Like, it got that bad that my own house that I had, I couldn't even drive back and forth to go home to come back to work. I had to stay in the office, and I was like, man, let me stay here in the office. I'll sleep in my car. I can come back in the office, hit the shower in the office. That way I ain't got to drive all the way home because the gas is killing me. If I do all that and pay all my bills, I'm going to be broke. It was terrible at that time. Oh no, Stanley, you just missed everything. So during that whole ordeal, I was still making my videos on YouTube covering boxing. We still had everything going through all of this. We were grinding it out, making videos. We had the chat room going. We had the Uvu chat because YouTube wasn't allowing all that stuff back then that they're doing now. So we had 4 or 5 of us all in the room chatting. Stanley, it's not your fault that you got here late. We've been on here 1 hour and 30 minutes. We've talked about Errol Spence and Kell Brook. Ask the fans. We have talked about that. We did everything except for talk about what trunks they're going to wear. There it is, Mr. Boxing Today. He was right here with us. We were grinding it out during those days. I hardly slept. I had a lot, almost like the biggest. We had like the biggest car accident ever. Jelani will end Nikki's career. I don't know. I think her career is done anyway. Now, here's the bigger question. I think Keith Thurman's scary butt needs to fight the winner of this fight, and should be his next fight, period. Yeah, I had a car wreck right after Sean gave me an interview, and he talked to me and interviewed me about boxing. I had just got started with Boxing Socialist. And we was like, man, we finna get the website going. I had signed up, but we didn't really did anything really significant at that time. And once the car accident happened, I never forget it. My girlfriend broke up with me basically the next day after my car accident. I had the car accident. My Durango's totaled. Not the Benz. I had a Durango then. My Durango is totaled. This other guy, his ankle was twisted. My knee is all messed up. I dodged 2 poles. I don't know how I'm alive. And I'm like, wow. How did I make it? So while I'm thinking, how did I make it? And I couldn't believe I survived. It fueled the energy. Because the next day I had to go and get the stuff out of my car that was crashed. My girlfriend at the time drove me up there. She gave me all kind of stress. And then, this before the Benz. So this chick never saw the Benz. She was all upset, mad at me that she had to drive me up here to get my stuff out the car. I get all my stuff out the car. I come back, and she just thinking like I'm going to be leaning on her now. Because I don't have my car, and I'm hurt from the car accident. You know, if you've been in a car accident, the next day, you can't move. I mean, everything hurt. I'm like, oh man, the impact was so vicious. You can't even move. I'm like, oh man, I was so stiff and hurt. I couldn't really do too much of anything. So, through the pain, I got up. Yeah, she missed her boat. Yeah, she missed her boat. Yeah, see, I'm glad. You know, it just weeded her out. Oh, she saw me recently, too, in my Mercedes. And was like, I blew it. Yeah, she's with a low life. No, she's from Dominica, though. She looked like Serena Williams. She was that thick. Yeah, she was thick, but she was strong too. She was stronger than me. I wanted her to break up with me right away. She come in there, she got mad at me. I was mad at her. This was one of the funniest arguments ever. We was going to the movies, and I'm waiting on her, and I want to see the trailers. I want to see what's going on. She's taking all day, and I knew I shouldn't have left. I should have just stayed there till she got ready. And she lived like 2 minutes away from me. So I picked her up, and I'm like, mad. I'm like, you should have just came over here. I'm like, why did it take you this long to get ready? She was like, all we missing is the previews. It's just the stupid previews. You done seen them 1,000 times. I'm like, no, there's probably new previews, and I'm going to probably miss them now. We should have been there. We get there. She's so mad. She took my car door to my Durango and slammed it. Boom! And I have slammed my car door many a times. My car ain't never do what that car did when she slammed that door. She slammed that door and the whole truck moved. Like, I said, I was immediately calm. I said, well, you know, it's not that important. You know what? Let's let it go. No, I'm mad. I'm like, now she mad, and I'm the one that was mad. I'm like, look, I'm the one that's supposed to be mad. I'm not even mad no more. It's over. It's okay. That's all right. You know, it's over. Let's just enjoy ourselves. I can't now. I'm mad. No, I knew I better shut up right now. She's stronger than me. 10 times stronger than me, and she's mad. I'm like, I can't be with no chick stronger than me. So I was glad she broke up with me. I'm like, yo, this is good. I got out free. She was mad for 2 movies. We saw 2 movies. She was still mad. I'm like, why are you mad? I'm like, look, I'm going to go buy you some candy or something. Get her something. Cheer up. Shoot. I'm a punk. No, I want to live. That Dominican chick, shoot. I'd have been in there like, I scratched her. It been like the color purple. That looked like a fist. No, man, that ain't a fist, man. No, man, I failed. Shoot, she was thick and powerful. Did she ever hit me? Nah. She ain't never put a hand on me. I wasn't gonna give her a reason to. You could tell us. Nah, she never hit me. Nah, if I got hit by a chick, I'll let you know. I was never the fighting type to get into fights with chicks. I would leave before that happened. I'm terrified of her. You right. I was smart. I knew right then and there, I better stop arguing right now. I was seconds for probably getting killed. She probably was getting ready to grab me and ball me up like a piece of paper. Yeah, I could box a shadow. That ain't a shadow right there. Shoot, that girl would have probably picked me up over her head and slung me all through the parking lot if I'd have kept her going. Oh no, I said Serena Williams. Serena ain't fat, and neither was her. She was fat in the right places. Remember, I said Dominica. Yeah, and she was all muscle too. She was not playing. She was about 5'5". 5'5", thick as a snicker, and strong as can be. That's what got my attention. I remember I was driving home, and I was like, what is that? Almost crashed my car when I saw her. I'm like, I gotta pick this up right now for somebody else get it. I mean, she got thighs like Maurice Jones-Drew. That's how thick her legs were. She could just give her a football, she just bust right through the line. Boom! Carry champion, man. That ain't no champion to me. You can keep that. Carrie is not my champion. You can keep her and do whatever you like. You gonna get a sexual harassment suit. Be like, domestic violence? Yes, you hit my arm and said, how you doing? I'll be like, what? Yes. So tell me, why did you just right now just hit me with domestic violence? I'll be, domestic abuse? We're gonna do a whole special on you. I just came over and said, hey, how you doing, Carrie? But you hit my arm without my permission. That is domestic abuse. And we're going to do a whole special on it tomorrow at 6. I mean, wow. Carrie only care about domestic abuse. We're going to do a Molly versus Joy. I've been putting that off for a while, so we'll do that tomorrow. I want Joy Taylor to be involved. I don't know. I be saying that then Joy have her days where she be shutting down Molly. Oh, Shannon Sharp all day. That's my guy, Shannon. Shannon gonna tell you right now. Oh, nah. Oh, come on, Skip. Now come on, Skip. He's special. All right, in the middle of the flat. He the best thing they got. He the best thing they got. Now come on, Joy. Oh, she just gonna take her. It's just like my grandpa used to say. My grandpa used to say, if a frog had nails on his leg and toenails on there, he wouldn't know how to clip them. Now come on, Skip. Jalen Rose. Y'all talked about Molly and then y'all bring up Jalen. Here come Jalen. I like Shannon because he country. He gonna come in and be the same every time. Oh no, First Take is done. Once Undisputed came, only time I watch First Take is when somebody send me a clip. And then I see how bad the show has become. Because they watched my show. That's the funny thing about it. They watched my video when I said what was wrong with the show. And I put it on there. I was like, Undisputed is beating First Take. Then I told him what was the problem. I said, well, here's the problem right here. It's Max Kellerman. It's not that Max is a bad person. Max just treating this job like he's a commentator. You can't do that. You're not passionate about nothing. You don't have no allegiance to anything. So once I did that and told them what he was doing, next thing you know, somebody sent me a clip. Max Kellerman's yelling. I'm like, what is he doing? Is he confusing passion with yelling? I said he has to be passionate about something. He just yelling now. No, you don't know what. I'm like, what is you yelling for, Max? That don't mean you passionate. So they bring Will Kane on the show because Will Kane was the guy who auditioned for it first. And they decided to go with Max because he's a better name. But I said, at least Will Kane, Will Kane could go back and forth with him because he's actually passionate about some of the teams. Like he's a Cowboy fan, so they just milked that to death. And Will Kane, that's really all he got. But still, he's good at doing that stuff. So now they went and dug up Will Kane and brought him back on the show. Like, Will, we're going to bring you on too. Because Max really sucked. Yeah, you remember that too. Right after I called him out and pointed it out in that video, somebody in the office was already saying that at ESPN. So when they went to do that, they said, look, all the fans are saying it. Look at this guy's video right here. You see, he's pointing out some facts. He's not just one of the guys just saying you suck. He's telling you why you suck. And this is what we're all thinking here in the office. This is a problem. If this guy here on the video could see it, there is a reason. I don't know, Jalen. Maybe because of the weather. Oh, yeah, because my video was at the top of the search list. And whenever it says Undisputed versus ESPN, they wanted to click on that and look at it. They took all the pieces from ESPN that ESPN didn't want to use anymore. Felt they was expendable. And Rob Parker, you got everybody that was on ESPN now basically is on FS1. ESPN feels that you're not bigger than the network. Now we done lost Boomer, and they want to put him in some role in the office till they phase him out of his contract. Then he's gonna come over to Fox because he still wants to do the job. Yeah, I heard that tomorrow too. Somebody said they got a day off tomorrow. I guess because of the weather, people getting the days off, I'm guessing. How many of y'all watched that DJ Quick video with AMG? See, y'all slipping. Where'd he go, Marcel? It was alright. That means you too young to understand it. You should go back and listen to the actual songs I told you, that the diss songs they had about each other. Those were funny. I just can't play them on there because I just couldn't play them on here because, you know, I get flagged. They love to flag me, boy. They go back to stuff 3 years ago and try to flag me on it. I was saying that the other day. I was trying to wonder, why am I so awesome? Then you got to go back to the history of my birth. That's why I believe I'm so awesome. You know, see, I'm from, like, I was born like 3,000 years ago. And that was my first life, you know. 3,000 years ago, there was a king and queen in this town they called Jerusalem. And the king and queen prayed every day because she couldn't have any kids. So she begged the gods. She said, "God, why can't I have a child?" So the gods answered her prayers. They said, go into the forest, all the way into the mountains. And he gave them a hammer, a mallet, and a chisel, and said, go there. And they went. They hiked. Just the king and the queen themselves, with no one else. And they was like, okay, we're here to the stone. He says, use the hammer and the chisel on the stone. He's like, all right. He starts chiseling away on the stone. The stone cracks and falls down, and there's an infant baby inside. The baby was perfect in every way. He turns around and says, what's up? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, a baby, it's a gift from God. And the baby was a lot different from the other children. He picked up things right away, very quick. He knew things before they always happened. And as he grew up, he became leader of the military army at 13 years old. And this upset the old general who was in charge before he got there. And one of the ladies that was there, he was supposed to be his wife. He wanted her hand in marriage, but she was older than him. She's like, well, I'm older than you. I'm 18, you're 13. I'm like, but I'm finna run this joint. So the old general didn't like it. So he set up a thing where during the competition, he cut the saddle of the horse so that when I was riding the horse, I would fall off and go off the cliff. And that's what happened. I fell into the water, fell into the cliff, and no one ever found my body. And here I am today, 2017, right here. And I want my revenge against that general. But my queen never got a chance to get her. I was washed away at sea. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That is how I got the name K the Magnificent. I know, I do. I need to take a bath right now, too. Marshawn Lynch retired because he has a very serious injury. When players get that kind of groin injury where there's a tear like that, it takes years for it to even become back normal again. You can't go back and have a season off and then come right back into football. You will never be the same again. Oh yeah, they try, but they're just imposters. And there's no such thing as reverends. Let me tell you that right now. There's no such thing as a reverend. You tell them that. Anybody tell you that they're a reverend, tell them they're a lying piece of snot. There's no such thing as a reverend. That's right. Iolani 82. Iolani 82. Only God holds that title. You are absolutely correct. For those of y'all who don't know what reverend means sacred. That's what reverend means. So if something's reverend, that means it's sacred. God's name is reverend, which means that no other person will be named Yahweh. You won't see somebody else named Yahweh. That is sacred. It's reverend. Reverend is only mentioned one time in the Bible, and that was to mention God's name. Not revered, reverend. God's name is reverend. Yeah, even Reverend Run, we already know Reverend Run is. So when anyone says they reverend something, no, you're not. Your name isn't sacred. Only the name of God is sacred. So only His name is reverend. Well, yeah, that guy is going to have to deal with a lot. But I am not here to judge. The NBA goon of all time. I don't know. They'll try to put that on the Detroit Pistons somewhere. That is absolutely correct. Where's my man from the AME? I haven't seen him around lately. Maybe it's too late for him. Oh, a religion? I don't have a religion. I believe there is a very most high spirit and a being that has looked up for us as much as he can. People say they don't believe it's a God. I've had that plenty of times with conversations like that. People say, I don't believe it's a God. I said, well, why wouldn't you? I'm like, if you looked at it, so if you don't believe in God, you believe in science, then science will tell you that there's a God. Because if you do the science of the planet, it will tell you everything is in a perfect balance. Which in God's word is everything is in divine order. Meaning that the gravity that we use to walk, if you go in any place where they take the gravity down just a little bit, just a tinch of a little bit, you will be like this. You couldn't even sit up straight without even force. It's like putting 245s on your back. If they took the gravity, turned it up just a slight, your feet would be off the ground. You wouldn't be able to touch the ground when you walk. The gravity is at perfect level for us to walk and move. The trees give off the oxygen that we need to breathe. We can't breathe without air. We breathe carbon dioxide out of our bodies after inhaling the oxygen that they need, the trees need to live. This is the actual science, the actual biology of everything needs everything, what they would call in the Lion King, the circle of life. So if this is the case, you're proving that someone had to create this to happen. This is not accidental. It's too many accidents in a row for something not to exist. So even if you said you believed in science, the science proves that there must be some sort of a God, because this cannot accidentally just all be in a perfect order all the way down the line. I've read the book of Maccabees. It's hard to say we are in the end of times, because times have always restarted back over. We're probably the time of this era. We're probably coming close to the end of that, where you see the ice polar things are collapsing and things of that nature, and the earth is changing. Do you realize that the earth we used to live on a lower plane, the plane is rising higher and higher and higher. That's why some islands are covered that used to be there, like Sandy Island. All of these things are covered by water, and most of these towns and all this stuff is underwater, all these artifacts. No, it's just the end of an era. You go to a new era. You go to another era. It's different times. So y'all think Danny Garcia lost the fight? I just watched it again. I still got it a draw. See, the world didn't end in 2012 because people didn't understand a message that was put out to the world. They misunderstood or mistranslated doctrines. What they thought was the end of the world means the end of an era, an end of a cycle. Then after the cycle, you go into a new era, which was going to be a golden era. It said it. They just mistranslated. It's the end of the world. It was end of that world of that era. Now you're going into what they called a golden era. So since 2012, we're now living in the golden era. Born Again album was alright. It was alright. That's the Mayans' belief. The Mayans believe in 2012 from their thing we were going into what they would call the golden era. You've been seeing a lot of gold lately, haven't you? Gold is worth more than anything in the world right now. It's worth more than diamonds. So we might be in the gold era. They might know what they were talking about. Yeah, you might be broke, but I'm saying gold, the worth of gold is up. I got more money for my gold than when I paid for it. Man, it is really hot in this room. I wish I could put this in my master bedroom. Woo. Woo. Ladies, you're gonna see the gun show. Boom. Boom. No permits for those guns. Ugh. Boom, boom, boom. Well, you know, Mean Gene. Me and the 24-inch pythons hanging and banging, brother. Sean Porter at 65. That's good. Leprechaun in the Hood. I'll never forget this chick wanted me to rent this movie. I said this is the stupidest thing I've ever. I'm like, why do you have me watching this ridiculous movie? Fat arms. Where do you see fat at on these arms? Ain't no fat on here. Oh, I'm LL Cool K. I'm LL. I'm the ladies' love, legend in leather, long and lean, and I don't wear pleather. I just lick my lips a lot because I like to do it. That is hard to say. What is LL Cool J's best verse? Man. What do I love? Or who do you love? Oh, the Loungin' remix, the Who Do You Love version. Do you know that that's not the original song? That they stole that song from another guy. Yeah, I got massive muscle boobs. Yeah. Boom, boom. See, that's muscle. You think that's fat. I'm like, Debo. Huh? You want some? Huh? You want some of Kevo? Fat? Where you see fat at, boy? That's muscle. What you got on my drink? What you got on my 40, homie? Yeah, you got something. The LL Cool J, Who Do You Love? You know they stole that song, right? Bernard Wright. He made that song. And he had a video for it and everything. Bernard Wright.
John, I like you. You remind me of my husband.
He is really handsome.
You've had 23 surgeries?
It's a music video for it too. It's all on the internet. You can go on YouTube, look up Bernard Wright, Who Do You Love? Now the original version. Now that's the original guy who made that song. That's Bernard Wright. They took that song and made that a hit with LL Cool J. And that is LL's one of his biggest songs. They took the hook. Who do you love? Are you for sure? I'm like, what? They just took his hook and everything. He got paid in cassette tapes. How is it a remix and he ain't on the song? They was like, yeah, man, that's the remix. Yeah, but it's my song. I ain't even on it. Y'all just took my whole record. Left me out. It's an OG call. I'm taking it. LL probably heard it, was like, that's a nice record. It'd be great if it had me on it. I'm the greatest of all time. That's what I gotta do. I'm sorry about that, Bernard. You gotta make another one, baby. Do you know when the song came out? 1985. 1985. That's how old it is. It was old then. That was an 85 song. Diddy told y'all, take hits from the 80s, make it sound so crazy. Oh, man. Can I box? Easy. Who you want me to knock out? Psst. See? Down already. You gonna probably have to slow that down frame by frame to see them punches. I know, I'm too fast, too strong. Yep, it was 10 years later, LL got it. They took the hook and everything. Oh, I'm way faster than Keith Thurman. I would knock him completely out. But I need to take a shower. I'm out. I'm like, ooh, I smell like funky corn chips. I need to get out of here right now. Oh, Meek Mill don't want to get in there. Meek Mill, you kidding me? If I do like this to Meek, he be, oh my God, my head, man, they think he hurt me, man. Did you see him, man? He hit me. He ain't hit you, dog. Yeah, man, he hit me, man. I think he hit me in the eye, man. I can't even open my eye, man. All he did was throw his hand back like that. Man, I tell you, man, I tell you, he hit me, man. I'm from Philly, dog. Man, I've been hit before. I know what it feel like. Man, he hit me in the eye, man. He did something.